Macros are a brilliant way of adding expression into your performance, and there are 4 knobs here which you can assign to control multiple parameters, specifically knobs or sliders, with the exception being switchable items such as waveform knobs or oscillator range knobs. To give you an idea of what's possible, we're going to set up macro 1 to control a couple of XLFO modulations on the filter cutoff. But first, here's our basic patch. To start our macro assignment, the first thing we do is click on the cutoff knob. You'll see the blue illumination appear. Then we head to the XLFO section where we see filter frequency in the display window. We select our waveform, in this case a ramp down, and apply a degree of amplitude. You'll hear the filter modulation take effect, and we can see that the rate is set to 1 beat. Right, because we want the macro to control this, we reduce the amp slider to 0 again. Then we click on this macro 1 cross and drag it to that same XLFO amplitude slider and drop it when we see the green illumination. Then we right click and create the range, the maximum of which will take effect when the macro knob is turned fully up. And that range is indicated by this green line. Okay, let's turn the macro knob down again and have a quick noodle. That sounds fine, but I want to add something else to that same macro, namely an increase in the LFO rate from its current 1 beat setting. So with my macro knob turned up, I click on the cross again, drag it to the time slider, drop it, play and hold a note, and with right click, select the maximum value. Then have a quick noodle and check whether we like it or not. Yep, I like. From here, I could assign that macro 1 knob to a knob on an external controller via the MIDI CC button here. Or I could do something a little more immediate and have that macro activated via Aftertouch. To do this, in this performance section, I right click the display and go to M1, macro 1. And with that selected, I turn up the adjacent knob. Now, when I play, by introducing Aftertouch, that macro knob assignment takes effect. You'll hear in this example I've also got some LFO pitch modulation linked to Aftertouch, but let's get rid of that so we can hear our macro 1 assignment in isolation. And if we want to remove any macro assignments, we can do so by clicking in this box here where we can remove individual assignments or all assignments. Finally, we can add a description of this macro in the Save menu and have this information saved as part of our patch.